Welcome back to Newsday here on Arise. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, preparations seem to be on course ahead of the September 21st governorship election in Ondo State. 2 weeks ago, the Independent National Electoral Commission published the final list of candidates and their running mates who will be taking part in the election. As we track the build-up to the polling day, we're now being joined by Agboola Ajayi, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, for a quick chat on the forthcoming election, his manifesto, and his perceived chances. Good afternoon, sir, and a warm welcome to Newsday.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fantastic. Let's get straight into it. One of the biggest issues in the public forum at the moment is, of course, the nullification of the 33 LCDAs that had been created by Governor Akeredolu. Of course, you have commented to the sitting governor, Governor Ajayi, and you've expressed that you feel that he did not handle the issue in a good way. I'd like to know, how would you have handled this issue differently, especially as something that was dealt with in the courts? And secondly, do you think this will be a pertinent campaign issue?
Well, thank you and good afternoon, viewers. I've said it and I'm still going to repeat it. That is failure of leadership on the part of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. And I stand to be corrected on that. Governance is a serious business. Once you inherit an office, you should be able to also stand by and make sure that you resolve every issue that comes out of the office. It's a very sad thing that they throw the baby with bathwater. Our people are sad, and I must say this clearly. The Akokos, whoever must have gone to court, they are very right. They have legitimate right to go to court, and we must commend them for that. Instead of them going to violence, carrying cutlasses, killing themselves, they have chosen to be civilized in their protests. You will recall that when the then edit was transmitted to House of Assembly, our late boss, my late boss, Governor Akeredolu, was very ill. And when he transmitted the law to House of Assembly, Governor Lucky was the then acting governor. And I'm also aware that after the passage of the law by the House of Assembly, they also commented that the Akokos came to protest it and that their protests were genuine. However, the government should look into that. That singular act alone is enough for every responsive government to call them and say, gentlemen, what happened? Okay, let's even agree that when he was acting, they didn't allow him to, which is also not an excuse anyway. I can't be a deputy governor and acting governor, and I don't know what was going on in the House of Assembly. That's also part of the failure of the system that time too, on his part. Yes, okay, I agree that he was not in charge that time. What after the man has passed away? After he has taken over as the substantive governor from Ondo State? I'm very sure they must have written several letters to him, to the government, protesting before they approached the court. He should have called them. Gentlemen, these are your grievances. What are you complaining about? You should look at it. Can we address this issue? As a matter of fact, it wasn't only the Akokos that have that protest. You should know that when Akeredolu was sick, there are tendencies that one or two persons will have taken advantage of that situation. And it's enough for us to say, okay, he should have invited them, seek audience with them, and see how to readdress the injustice and the lawlessness in that exercise. Instead of, okay, let the court decide. That was a humor, and that is an act of uncivilized, and that's an act of somebody who is so competent to govern any state at all. It's failure of leadership on the part of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and I still repeat this, and the whole world is watching us. It's very sad that that's the hope of our people. Government, having served as a local government chairman, having served as a society councillor, I know the importance of a local government administration. Our people are yearning for government to be close to them, and now he has dashed their hope. So actually, I can't blame the judges for adjudicating on the matter before them, but I felt Governor Lucky should have taken another route to call them and resolve the matter. And that was exactly what I said, and that is still my position on that matter.
All right, Mr. Ajayi, your position is noted. Well, you also served as deputy governor to late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. And when it comes to the matter of the farmlands that were concessioned to the Chinese companies, did you partake in coming to that decision?
Yes, well, I won't deny whatever involvement I had when I was a deputy governor to my late boss. But sincerely speaking, I've left office before that issue. I would have advised him. I would have given him a genuine advice. I was reading something today on newspaper and internet, social media, the candidate of ZLP, Abbas Mimiko, accusing me that I was the deputy governor then. Well, it's provocative, and I don't want to go into that. That shows that clearly he's working with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, because he should have directed that into Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who was the deputy governor that time. The whole state knew that I was not there anymore. So why are they now still trying to avoid and dodge from the responsibility? I want to believe that Abbas Mimiko is working with APC candidate Governor Aiyedatiwa. And of course, you should know that I'm a candidate to be, so everybody, you continue to direct their speech to me, attack me here and there. It's a legitimate weapon in politics, blackmail, propaganda, but I'm not going to be diverted. I won't allow their own to affect my emotion. I'm focused, and I know what I'm doing, and I won't divert for what I'm doing. So it's not, I don't know anything about that. Let me just clear that one.
All right. Because it seems you expect the incumbent governor to know all about the affairs that went on when he was deputy governor. But what would you say to those who would say that, well, why does it seem like you are absolving yourself from any responsibility or accountability from your days as deputy governor of Ondo State?
No, I won't absolve myself. Let me tell you, I am a very clear person. Everybody knows me. If I am involved in any government transaction or anything, I will send it. What's better in that? I won't deny that, but I'm telling you that I was not part of that. As a matter of fact, when I was deputy governor, the whole state knew my involvement, they knew my quality, and they know the stuff that I'm made of. I would say my own and advise him as somebody who deputized him. I've never denied my involvement in any government transaction while I was deputy governor. And if anybody thinks that, yes, so thing happened when I was deputy governor, he can just point it out, and I will clear myself.
All right, you've taken us down your memory lane of what's happened in history. Now let's talk about the future regarding this, the upcoming elections. Give us an insight, briefly if you can, on your manifesto. What makes you the candidate to beat?
Well, like I've said it severally, and the whole world is watching now. Those people are watching. This coming election, my sister, there is no hiding figures. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was a former deputy governor. I also served as a former deputy governor. Edema Benga served as a Sopadec chairman. Not only that, all of us were from the same River Nile. Governor Lucky is from Ilaje. Agboola Ajayi is from Esaodo. Edema is from Ilaje. And all of us, we have served in one capacity or the other. So everybody is conscious of who's going to be the governor. They know, they already made up their mind whom they are going to vote for. So for me, it's a matter of the masses to decide who should be their governor among the three of us. Maybe 3 or 18 among people that will come out. But why it is narrowed down to 3 of us is that we are from the same zone, from the same River. Some Muslim parties are from Akoko, but the conventional arrangement is that for now it's the turn of the Ondo South to produce the governor. So the people will choose. But let me go straight to my manifesto. I have a program that I've just tagged Transformation Anew, and the future we deserve in Ondo State. Unfortunately, I'm not here with the document, but I have everything upstairs. Transformation Anew, and the future we deserve in Ondo State. How to transform Ondo State to economic-based state, and how to make things work. It's a very broad thing and very simple. A program which I think I can handle within the 4 years, and people will see that it's different from what we were doing before and what I want to do and where I think we should be, the future we deserve. So it's a very clear thing in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, in health sectors, economic activities, employment of our youth. All these are laid out, and I want to believe it will transform our state to economy-based, and where everybody will have a place to say, yeah, this is our future that we deserve in those states.
All right, thank you for that. And we do look forward to, of course, more details on your manifesto. But let's talk about the PDP, under whose ticket you will be running. Now, in this particular instance, some people may say that the federal might of the APC in this election might be somewhat compromised because of the mood, the economic situation prevailing in the country. However, when you look at the PDP, some people are saying it is a house against itself. There is no order currently within the state, the state of affairs of the PDP as a party. How convinced are you that the PDP will not fail you in the run-up to elections because of all the internal issues that are currently prevailing?
Well, you have answered the question yourself. The power of the people is powerful than the power of anybody. And the people are resolute that they want a better life, the life they deserve for themselves. Ondo State is a peculiar state. Nobody can intimidate us, and we are not scared. We are going to vote and vote the best among us. And I can assure you, the people will choose me to be their next governor. They know all of us are contesting, and they have made up my mind already. It's not whether somebody is going to bring equal power. What do you mean about equal power? Are they coming to vote in the various units? People already, you already answered that question. Are you talking about the garri that is expensive? Is it the rice? Is it the petrol? Is it the tomato? Is everything? So what are you talking about? So the masses have already made up their mind. They know where they are going. And we have a tag, Otitoge, Otishuwa. Our people are resolute, and they will definitely speak with their vote. But let me come to PDP as a party. Every politics is local. As it is in Ondo State today, PDP is one family. We are working together. Yesterday, we did our inauguration of the National Campaign Council. The whole leaders of PDP in Ondo State were there. So none that sensitive, we are working together. And we are ready for the battle. By the grace of God, God will give us victory.
Now, what's your strategy when
you can see us there. So everybody were there yesterday. Yes,
we can definitely see you there. What's your strategy when it comes to winning votes in APC strongholds?
I don't understand. You do watch television a few days ago. You see, for the first time, people are decamping from the ruling party to opposition. That sends message to you. That's signal.
So you have no strategy. You're just fine with how things are at the moment. You're fine with the way things are at the moment. No strategy in place?
No, let us know. Oh my God, I'm not trying to arrogate most to PDP now. You see the crowd. People are defecting to PDP every day by day. Notable leaders, and they want to make... You see, and let me quickly remind you, the business of this next election is not about PDP or APC. The masses are interested who's going to be their governor. Even the APC people too are also interested who's going to be their governor. And one thing is clear about Ondo State, you must get this clear. They want to know the person that's going to govern there. They don't know some people, but they know us very well. We have served from the world level to local government to national and deputy government, anti-government. So we have seen it all. They know the stuff we made of, and they're going to vote for us, man.
All right. What are your plans for security in Ondo State? Of course, we know that...
Go
on.
I've said this severally, it's also in my manifesto, which will address the World Conference very well, for the people to have it and also go into it. The security of Ondo State, not only limited on Ondo State, it has to do with availability of infrastructure. Secondly, an idle mind is a devil workshop for some people. Our people are jobless. This leads them to so many things that they are doing. We have experienced so many casualties in terms of kidnapping. They have killed, Oba were kidnapped. Just last week, a friend visited me in Abuja in my house. We were discussing. He just received a phone call that they just killed his brother-in-law, who innocently went to his farm to farm. They kidnapped him. So what I have in mind is to strengthen the existing Amatekun with a unit which I'm going to call the Forest Guard. Their job is to majorly how to protect our forest, and I will equip them with a gadget, modern equipment, and within the next 30 seconds, they can connect everywhere, and I can assure you, this will enable our farmers to go to farm freely. This will enable travelers to move around that we were doing in the past, and the security will be strengthened. And more, so once we provide jobs for our teammate youth, it will reduce all these crises in terms of youthfulness in our area.
I like how specific you were when it came to that subject, talking about strengthening Amotekun with the deployment of forest guards. Would have loved to see your transformation and new agenda, but I'm sure you provide that to us subsequently. Can you also touch specifically regarding how you might address the perennial issue of unpaid salaries and pensions?
Well, I think it's criminal for any government to owe staff salary. Anytime they are debating this manifesto, this minimum wage of 65,100,000, I say, well, I don't know where they're going to start. Somebody is being paid, okay, assuming they even give them in a month 100,000 naira or 200,000 naira. A bag of rice now is 120,000 naira. So when you remove that from a salary, what remains? You are going to buy tomato. You go to the office every day. My sister, so somebody is still who is receiving 35,000 in a month, you still don't pay him his legitimate salary. That's criminal, criminal and wicked, inhuman. I'm not going to own salary of anybody, any staff, if I'm governor of Ondo State. And if I have unpaid salary, the first thing is to first of all take care of lives and property of your citizen. And I'm going to clear the outlaw if I meet anyone there, and I make sure that every 24th of every month, staff salary must be paid. It has been done when I was deputy governor. The few months I acted as deputy governor, 24th of every month, I made sure that they pay salary of workers, and it will go to be like that if I'm governor of Ondo State.
All right. Thank you for that. Now, you did make mention to a few figures. Of course, there are many figures floating around concerning minimum wage. Now, of course, we turn to Edo State, where Governor Obaseki was bold in declaring what would be the minimum wage for his state. I'm sure you've done your research, and in your preparation, and in the campaigns, what is a number that you would put forward and say this should be the minimum wage for the people of Ondo State?
Well, that's my secret, because if I say it now,
it can't be a secret. It's a promise, isn't it?
They will go and adopt that. They will go and adopt that immediately. So let's keep that to my chest. Let me get there and see how I will handle the welfareism of my staff and how Ondo State will be governed. I can assure you, I'm going to be the best governor when it comes to staff welfare if I'm governor of Ondo State.
Oh, Mr. Ajayi, you're very passionate.
Let me keep that to my chest for now.
Oh, we respect your discretion, of course.
Very, very passionate.
No problem. Now,
because I'm prepared for the job. I'm prepared for the job.
Now, just in case, I know you're very passionate and you're very optimistic, but in the event that you don't realize your ambitions, what is next for you?
No, don't say that. I'm going to win.
You don't strike me as a do or die candidate.
I'm going to win the election.
But if you don't, if you don't, what happens?
I can't hear you.
If you
what?
If you don't emerge governor, of Ondo State, what's next for you? Just hypothetically speaking.
Yes. No, that's not at all in my dictionary. I'm going to win the governorship of Ondo State. That's my agenda. And people are already waiting for me.
All right. Now, I believe you once made a statement that you can boost the economy of Ondo State even without a FAC allocation. How do you intend to do this?
Yes, I've said it in my previous interview, and I'm going to do it here. I'll clear it to you. I said, if I'm governor of Ondo State, the first 2-3 years might be a bit difficult. But I can assure you, after 3 years, I can conveniently pay salary of Ondo State workers without waiting for the federal government allocation. And I will explain to you. Very simple. Okay, a state like Lagos, Rivers, do you think they wait for federal government allocation? The first is not a magic. What you do is to just first of all put in infrastructure that can attract investors. That riverine, that place I came from, that Ondo South, like Eldo, is enough to feed the entire Southwest. Lagos, what is the size of Lagos State's coastal area? Very small. And what we have in Ondo State is times 40 of what Lagos State has. So it's a matter of opening up the place for business, for investors. We will generate massive turnout in terms of IGR. Everybody will be busy, and everywhere we turn to economic base. So I said it, and I don't miss it. And it's a very clear vision that I have. Yes, people say, how do you want to do it? I've also convinced them. I've convinced them. I was born and brought up in that area. And I know the terrain very well, and I know where that's as difficult as that terrain. We also have the money there. I've said this. If you live in Lagos, there is this popular adage in Lagos. They told you about Betty. I don't know whether you are Yoruba girl, a woman, but that's tell you that sea, that coastal line you see in Lagos is what is feeding Lagos. Lagos has no land. As a matter of fact, for no oil. Ondo State coastal line is longer and deeper and better economic. We will harness those areas and turn it to money for our people in Ondo State. And I said it, when that one is done, I'm going to build an inland dry port at Ore. We have industrial park there. So that will serve those who are going to southeast, southwest, west side of the country. And of course, I'm also taking this down to Akuno. Instead of us having a rank like this, an empty land there, we thought also that place also is dry land. And I also said it, I'm going to build factories. I will revive the Oluwa glass. I may not call it Oluwa glass again, but I can assure you we'll have a short-shine glass factory in Ondo State. The raw materials is there. We will bring in modern equipment that will produce sheet glass that will feed this country. It's very simple. That will be done. In Ondo Central, of course, the cocoa lodge that we are exporting there, we'll have a cocoa processing industry there very well. The narrow wood industry will be revived. We have the lands there, everything is still there. Unfortunately, all this I'm saying now, next tomorrow you will see those who want to be governor. They will say, they want to build a glass factory. They want to build this. Ask them what they want to do. They don't know it. The French ceramic is also there in the front. I will revive all this factory so that our people can be engaged. I will turn on those states to economic-based state. So I mean it. I can run the stage without federal government allocation. Are you talking about the OPC? That in those days, you need to come to Kitipa division. Nobody is even looking for a job because everybody is busy. So if I'm the governor, I can assure you, the first 3 years, I'm not sure immediately, might be difficult. But after 3 years, I can run that state without federal government allocation, and I mean it.
Okay. We certainly hear your optimism, and we wish you well in the upcoming elections. Ondo State PDP governorship candidate Agboola Ajayi, thank you for joining us here on Newsday. We appreciate your time.